Hey guys, Joel Black here from E-Cinch, and this is part of Working with Joel series. So I was not able to record this call, but I just had a very awesome call with a potential new client that is a marketing agency. I love working with agencies because they generally, plan events for big brands and things like that. This agency in particular represents high-end commercial properties. So like office campuses and high rises and things like that. And potentially could be worth, she said, 4 to 10 events a month. So at an average of like $3,000 times four, that's 12 grand a month times 12. That's like about $150,000 a year client. And I just wanted to recap kind of how this conversation went, since I feel like a lot of people can benefit from understanding how to have a high value sales call, and understand kind of the important things to say and to iterate and to make sure that the client understands. And some of the questions that she asked, this person's been in business for 25 years. I've been in business for 12, so she knows her stuff inside and out. Yeah, let's get into it. So first off, she was concerned about operations. Like, one of her questions was, if something happens at an event, who's my point of contact? Because Black Lab, we have a sales manager, we have an operations manager. I still participate from time to time, in terms of talking to clients if need be, like in this situation where it's a very high value client and I want to try to close that deal. So having those answers ready. In our case, I say, well, you have 2 points of contact just for extra measure. So Sunny, our sales manager, anything leading up to event day would be the point of contact. And then on event day, Alex, our operations manager, who's been with us for 10 years. So I always mention, like, hey, they've been with me 10 years. Sunny's been with me 11 years, to qualify that these people know what they're doing, right? So, mentioning things like that, and making sure that it's like a quick, definitive answer. Here's how we work. Here's who your points of contacts are. And then even farther more, I go, and I'll tell you a little bit about our process. So following up to your event, about 2 weeks out, we're going to send a final event information form. On this form, we're going to have information about like how to park and load in, about what the staff is wearing, about the cocktails, the service, all of it, so that you can review, make sure everything is perfect. And once you approve that form, that's the information going to the staff. So there's no room for error. We literally copy that form and put it in the staff notes. So there's no room for, data entry errors or anything like that, which she loved. She's like, okay, great. Sounds like you guys are very buttoned up. And I go, we are. We love our automation. And then we kind of got into quality of service. I was able to give a few references to events where other vendors weren't doing a good job, and we stepped in and helped, because we understand that the event's not just about our bar, it's about the event as a whole. And if one vendor's not doing a good job, that could reflect poorly on us, and we understand that. The example I gave was, we were doing a very high-end wedding. They had a pizza vendor there making wood fire pizzas from a cool little oven, but they didn't put the linen on their table. It was just like an event, wooden, nasty looking table with no linen on it. And I had went up to the people and said, hey, like, guys, you have to put a linen on this. But they'd already had their plates set out and everything done. And they go, oh no, it's already set up. We don't need a linen. And I said, you have to have a linen. At this point, I had worked with this event planner plenty of times. They hadn't. And they like refused. So I just started grabbing their stuff and taking it off the table. I said, if you're not going to do it, I am, because I know the expectation. And so to have a story like that to share with a potential event planning client is going to go a long way, because they know that you're looking out for them, not just your own bar. You're looking out for the greater good of the event being perfect. So I stress that right on the call, that that's what we go for. It's about the entire event being perfect. And I have multiple situations where we've jumped in and helped out the caterer or helped someone out because they weren't getting it done. And again, we want the event to be awesome. This is why we have the repeat business that we have at Black Lab Events, because of that level of service and that level of paying attention to the details outside of just our bar. That goes a long way. That gets you clients for life, people. And then the last thing on this call, She had other events and she wanted to potentially work with us beyond just the bar because my partner does food. And of course, I brought that out. I'm like, hey, if you're ever looking to expand your food vendors, you can coordinate food and bar through Black Lab. My partner owns LA Roots. They're amazing, blah, blah, blah. Sold them in. She goes, oh, you know what? I do have an event on the 1st that we haven't booked the caterer yet for. And I said, okay, great. Let's jump in and I can get you a quick quote for that. She's like, on the phone now. I'm like, absolutely. Again, systems. So I jump into my E-Cinch account and she tells me the event information. I put it in and I have a quote for her immediately. And then she was kind of on a budget with this client. That first quote was like 12,000. So we came up with a different quote that was more of like stationary instead of tray pass. But within 5 minutes, got her locked in on a quote that she wants and said, oh, this is awesome. I'm going to take this to my client. It was a $10,000 quote, right? So that's $10,000 on one call. She's already booked another event for us on the 15th. And now we're going to be her go-to bar company. And she was using one of my competitors and just, they were okay. And that's what being okay gets you. It gets you the opportunity for a company like me, who's better than okay, who's the best, to come in and take a client you've been working with for years. And I just have to have one call with them, do one event, show them how great we are, and you're done. That client's mine and they won't go back because the systems are there, the execution is there, and just that level of we get it done and we care more than anyone else is there. So that was my call today. In terms of how I got a new client that's potentially going to be worth about 150K a year, a 6-figure client. These are the clients you want, people. Trying to get the individual customer for wedding after a wedding after a wedding. It's fine. I do weddings as well, but usually those customers come through wedding planners, right? And that's a high-end customer working with a planner. So it's funneling a high-end customer to me that wants a high-end bar experience, because my bar company, you know, if you know anything about me and Black Lab, we do cool, awesome events. We don't like just show up and serve like Jack and Cokes. Like we do the whole mixology and the craft cocktails, and we create a bar experience. And that's why I get probably 4 to 5 to 6 times what other bar companies get price-wise. And again, it's just about being efficient, finding these high value clients. One client, boom, now I got a 6-figure added to my revenue stream, right? It's huge. That's what it's all about, guys. Don't think about the small fish. Go for the big fish. They're just as attainable as the small fish. Booking a small client is the same amount of work as booking a big, huge client like this. So remember that, like, go for the big fish, go for the big partnerships. And that's how you get 6-figure clients on one phone call. All right, guys, thank you so much. If you have any advice you need any advice or have any questions, drop a comment in the chat. Like and subscribe to this channel. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm just getting this started, but I want to help as many bar caterers and food caterers and event professionals as I can. And the only way to grow this channel is if you give me that thumbs up on the like button and hit that subscribe button as violently as you can. And I promise I'm going to keep releasing content like this, direct content of how I'm talking to clients. I'm going to do screen share videos where I'm showing my screen and actually on a client virtual call and things like that. So hope to provide a lot of like actual practical experience through this channel, not so much like frameworks and like how to do things, but like me showing you like, here's how I do it. So subscribe, like, love you guys all. Bye.